What's going on, y'all? I've got Softube Model 72 here, as well as Softube Statement Lead. This is two virtual instruments that Softube has released recently, and since I've been demoing and messing around both of them, I decided to do this review together. What I've got here is a track where I used the first two tracks are from the Model 72, and the last two tracks are from the Statement Lead. I'll play it so you can hear how I used a few of the sounds in here, and then we'll get to messing with and doing an overview of these two virtual instruments. Let's take a listen to the track real quick. Okay, so again, the first half of that was the Model 72, which is based off of a early 70s monophonic synthesizer, and the last half was from Statement Lead, which is a more modern polyphonic synthesizer. So the drums there was from Impact in Studio One, but all the synthesizer sounds were Model 72 and Statement Lead. So let's start with Model 72, old school classic synthesizer. I like the UI and how this is laid out. You've got three oscillators, and each section is clearly distinguishable. Envelopes and filter, tone generator and mixer, modulation. You got your main output here. You can click this to put away these settings and click back in there to bring those back. So let's see what sound we've got up here on the Model 72. Okay, so I'm just going to go through just a few of the options you have here. So we've got all the oscillators on. You've got your waveform here. Get that real classic analog synthesizer sound. And let's take a look at, so you got your cutoff here. Resonance. Here you've got your attack, decay, and sustain. And you've got a doubling switch here. Which doubles the sound. Spread, add like a stereo spread effect to it. Let's take a look at that. So moving over to Statement Lead, I really love the UI Statement Lead. I mean, these knobs are just classic Softube. And again, like Model 72, everything is laid out where you can easily see it and understand it. And we've got, let's go to sound here. So you have source A, source B. Plenty of options to choose from there. And we'll just change some of this. Once you selected source A and source B, you can blend between them with this knob here. So kind of an interesting thing here is, so Statement Lead, I went ahead and purchased it because I ended up using it in a lot of my production, and I really love the preset browser. We'll get to that in just a second, but the presets in here, I wasn't crazy about the presets, but when I got to tweaking these sounds, I was able to come up with something I always really liked. You don't have your typical attack, decay, release, sustain here, but you have many other ways to manipulate the sound and still get what you need. We got a filter cutoff here. You can add a sequencer, add that. Change the slope, resonance. And under the tone section here, you've got things such as punch, and you've got auto glide, which is really nice. I really like this auto glide feature. And you have aging. You can go for a new school or old school sound there. And under effects, you've got reverb, delay. You've got a ducking under the delay, which is really nice, as well as the reverb. You got a drive for some extra saturation, multi-band compressor, and spatialization here on the far right. Let's go back to tone. Let's blend. I'm show you this blending between the two sources here. And this is the, I'm just try to find something a little more. Let's go with that. Okay. So with the aging, show you the difference between that. And the analog dirt. So you have some options you can choose. And this is just kind of a subtle noise that you can add into it. Let's shaker attack, sure. You can turn it up here. And this is without the dirt. Just makes for a cleaner sound. So let's get into the preset browser, because this is one thing that I absolutely love about both of these is the preset browser, because in the preset browser, I know that other virtual instruments allow you to rate like this, but I don't know, the way that Softube did it here, it almost, I feel almost obligated to rate these as I go through them. And you can see I've rated this one here. Let's go to that. So one of my favorite things about this preset browser is that in Studio One, once you select a sound, I can use my up and down arrows and go through these presets. Very few virtual instruments I find lets you do this, because by default these arrow keys will change the tracks in Studio One, not the presets, or let you go to the next patch, which I like this a lot better because I can quickly, very quickly audition sounds. And with another virtual instrument, I would likely have to double click on each sound, or just have my mouse hover up by the arrow and select the next patch that way. And also, in doing that, you can't see the next patch coming up. You're just blindly going left and right through your patches. But with this preset browser, you're able to see the patches and just quickly audition them. I mean, and just a example of that. So I can really quickly go through the sounds that way. You can also color code them here. There's just a lot of options. This is one of the most just thought out and useful preset browsers I think I've ever seen. Of course, you can do your own presets. You can tag them yourself. This is one of the main reasons I purchased this. So there's a look at the Model 72 and Statement Lead from Softube. These are both under $100. The Statement Lead is $89 right now, which I think is the intro price. Model 72 is $99. Like I said, I've already purchased the Statement Lead and I've been using it. I will probably pick up the Model 72, most likely. Another thing about the Model 72 I really like is the bass sounds in it. A really nice bass sounds there, as well as lead sounds. But I think my favorite thing about the Model 72 right now is the bass sounds. All right, I will have links to both of these for you to check them out on Plugin Boutique. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite everyone to check out my new podcast, the Faders Up Podcast. It's a podcast about pro audio. I've got me and 3 other Nashville professionals. We're discussing pro audio topics, pro audio lifestyle. And it's available on Apple Podcasts and it's available on Spotify. So check it out, rate it, let me know what you think.